In the chaotic heart of 2020, while the world battled a pandemic, a 29-year-old nurse named Lucely Williams walked out of her Houston home for a night shift and into one of Texas's most baffling modern mysteries. She was known for her calm demeanor, her laser focus, and her unwavering dedication to her patients. But on the night of August 17th, that dedicated nurse did something completely out of character. She clocked out early, leaving behind a shift she would never complete. The only communication her family received was a cryptic text message to her sister. It read, "Don't worry if you don't hear from me for a while. I just need to clear my head." After that message was sent, Lucely's digital and physical life went dark. A profound and chilling silence fell where her vibrant presence used to be. The next 48 hours were a frantic blur of unanswered calls and growing panic for her family. Then a breakthrough, but one that only deepened the mystery. Her car was discovered in a remote, desolate area just outside Brazoria County. It was parked neatly, almost deliberately, at the entrance to a forest trail. The scene inside the car was eerie. Her nurse's badge lay on the passenger seat, a symbol of the life she'd just left behind. Her shoes were placed carefully on the floor, and her phone was there too, powered off, but with no signs of a struggle, no shattered screen, no indication of a violent confrontation. Initially, law enforcement leaned towards the most straightforward explanation, a voluntary disappearance. The text message, the neat car, it all painted a picture of someone who simply wanted to get away, to escape the immense pressure of being a frontline worker during a global crisis. It was a plausible theory, but it was one that her family and close friends vehemently rejected. Lucely, they insisted, was a fighter, not a flight risk. She wouldn't just abandon her life, her family, and the patients who depended on her. And soon, the evidence started to agree with them. The voluntary disappearance theory began to crumble under the weight of strange and unsettling discoveries. Forensic teams examining the scene found a single set of footprints leading away from Lucely's car and directly into the dense, unforgiving woods. But here is the detail that sends a shiver down your spine. There were no footprints coming back. It was as if the forest had simply swallowed her whole. Search parties were assembled, and highly trained sniffer dogs were brought in to trace her path. The dogs picked up her scent immediately, following the trail of footprints with urgent barks. They led the search team for nearly half a mile, deeper and deeper into the wilderness, until the trail came to an abrupt, inexplicable stop right at the edge of a small riverbank. Her scent, which had been so strong just moments before, simply vanished into thin air. There was no sign of a struggle, no discarded items, nothing to suggest what happened next. Just when the case couldn't get any stranger, investigators made a chilling discovery on her phone. They managed to recover data from the SIM card, including deleted text messages that Lucely had tried to erase. One message, sent just hours before she disappeared, stood out. It was addressed to an unknown contact, listed only as DRL. The message was short, but its implications were monumental. It read, "I can't keep this secret anymore. Someone will get hurt. Who was Drive.L? And what was the secret that Lucely felt she could no longer bear?" Detectives immediately cross-referenced the name with every doctor in the hospital system where she worked and every affiliated clinic in the Houston area. The result, nothing. There was no registered physician, no resident, no medical professional with the initial L that could be connected to her. The identity of Dr. L was a complete dead end, a ghost in the machine. This message completely changed the direction of the investigation. The theory of a voluntary escape was replaced by a far more sinister one. Lucely had stumbled upon something dangerous at her workplace, a secret so dark she was willing to risk everything. Had she discovered a medical error? Unethical practices? Something criminal? The possibilities were endless and terrifying. Her family was convinced this was the key, that she had been silenced for what she knew. As the months turned into a year, the official investigation began to stall, but the story of the vanishing nurse started to take on a life of its own. Local hikers and early morning joggers in the Brazoria County woods began reporting strange sightings. They spoke of a lone woman seen wandering near the forest trails at dawn. They all described her in the same way. She was barefoot, dressed in nurse's scrubs, and clutching what looked like a medical file. Each time these sightings were reported to the authorities, they would rush to the scene. But by the time they arrived, she was gone. Was it a ghost? A figment of collective imagination fueled by a local tragedy? Or was it Lucely herself, lost and disoriented, trapped in a nightmare loop? To this day, Lucely Williams has never been found. Her case file remains open, a haunting collection of dead ends and unanswered questions. Her family has never given up hope, holding vigils and maintaining a social media presence to keep her memory alive. They remain steadfast in their belief that she was a hero who tried to do the right thing and paid the ultimate price. They believe the answer lies within the walls of the hospital she dedicated her life to. Then, in a stunning development just this year, in 2024, the Houston Police Department announced they were reopening the investigation. New forensic technology had allowed them to analyze trace evidence found on her car door that was previously undetectable. The results were electrifying. They found DNA traces belonging to an unknown male. This was the first new lead in years, a potential link to a second person at the scene of her disappearance. Yet, even with this breakthrough, the trail remains cold. The DNA profile has not matched anyone in existing databases. It's another piece of a puzzle that just won't fit together. Who was this man? Was he Drive.L? Was he a friend, an enemy, or a complete stranger? Was he there to help her or to harm her? The disappearance of Lucely Williams is more than just a missing person case. It's a chilling modern folktale born from a time of global fear and uncertainty. A story of a dedicated caregiver who, after a long night of looking after others, seemingly vanished while trying to look after a truth she couldn't ignore. She walked into the woods and never came back, leaving behind a legacy of questions that continue to haunt the state of Texas. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any information about the disappearance of Lucely Williams, please contact the Houston Police Department. And if you found this story compelling, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into cases that deserve to be remembered. Stay safe out there.